Hey guys, welcome back to Snapper Chronicles. We're coming back at you this time with a tool haul. This is from the Long Island Tool Meet, and they meet about every 2 months usually. And the last one was this past Thursday. So this is some of the stuff I picked up from that meeting. Kind of a lot of stuff. I try not to buy too much stuff recently because the space situation is not too good. So, but I haven't been going to many garage sales this summer, so I just splurged a little. I guess you can call it. Not too much, not too crazy, but a good amount of stuff. So let's just jump into it. I bought this coping saw. This is a deep coping saw, and this is made by, I don't know if you can see it up there, is Trojan number 46 AS and Co, made in USA. Yeah, kind of big. Like, you're not gonna use this that often, but I guess if you need it, if you're a woodworker, you need it. And let's just grab some stuff here. Okay, here's another Williams Super Ratchet. This is the S51, and I've done videos recently on these, and I I picked up a couple of other ones, a couple of more ones. Uh, yeah, this one came with this socket in it, and this is an SK 15/16 socket. Kind of a little bit beat up, but not too bad. This one looks like it was abused somehow. You see how they were probably trying to open the ring, and they usually there's a hole there and a hole there, like this one. There's a hole there, and someone cut like slots into it to probably get an air hammer or chisel or something in there. But I wonder how did that work out. Don't know. So I think I paid $4 for this and the socket that was attached to it. Yeah, I know. It's like, Snap ring, how many of those you have already? Yeah, a few. But for $4, couldn't pass it up. And then after that, I saw this one, and this one was $1. So I can't pass that up. There's a S51. This one says the Super Ratchet, and this one has just Super Ratchet, no the on it. So kind of a little bit of a difference there. Then I picked up these channel locks, and this is the F10 channel lock. Looks like somebody reworked it. They put a different bolt and nut on it. Maybe needs to be repinned. Needs to be peened over here because it's kind of loose here. So, but not too bad for $1. It's like old channel lock. And picked up this for $1 also. This is a ProMate. There's nothing much to be said about this except that it's made in Korea. You don't see a lot of Korean tools nowadays. I remember in the 80s, I used to see more Korean tools, but cheap tools. But yeah, you don't really see much from Korea nowadays. Seems like decent quality. I have a Korean made adjustable wrench, similar to this one that I've had since I was a kid. I still have it somewhere. It's like one of those tools that you have as a kid and you still have, and has sentimental value. What else did I pick up? Picked up this micrometer. It's a little micrometer, which I kind of like little tools. Don't know much about it except that it's kind of messed. I don't know if it's messed up, but it's kind of rusted and the worse for wear. Doesn't have a company on it that I can see, so don't know who made it. It's just a small micrometer. Has some of the scales on it, but don't see a company. This was $1. What else? Picked up this wrench. And I really don't need wrenches, but picked it up because of who made it. Gray Canada. You don't see too much Gray Canada here in the States. And for $1, yeah, it's definitely something good to pick up if you like collecting different companies and makers of wrenches. They do also make ratchets, which I have some videos on those. And this side is 3/4, and the other side looks like 5/8. So kind of an interesting piece, being that it's from Canada. Also for $1 is this Stanley saw face hammer. What does this say here? It says Stanley number 593, made in USA. Small hammer. I like small hammers. Saw face comes in handy. That was $1. And this kind of flush cut saw, Stanley. It says made in USA. Wear safety glasses while using. This is the numbers there, 20-331. So kind of pretty cool when you're making those flush cuts. That's a good thing to find and have. That was $1. And here is another Stanley USA B3PT screwdriver in good shape. Kind of a big screwdriver, maybe a number 3 or something, Phillips. So pretty nice for $1. And going up, picked up this socket. It's a Craftsman USA 19mm. I picked this up for my lug nuts. Believe it or not, yeah, my lug nuts are Honda. Honda is 19mm. So I have a 19mm in the car, but it's an impact, and I figured I'd get one of these chrome ones because the impact kind of binds a little bit if you're not using an impact like power tool. If you're just using a breaker bar, it kind of binds on my lug nuts sometimes. So, and speaking of breaker bars, here's an SK breaker bar. This is the 41653 SK. Pretty, could use some cleaning. These are cool because in there's a ball detent, ball and spring for a bar that you would put in there if you needed to use this like this. And there's also another I think that's 1/2 inch. Is it 1/2 inch? Yeah, another 1/2 inch connector there that you can use it for another bar if you just needed this as an extension. So kind of useful. You don't see that anymore in breaker bars when they have different setups like that in the handle for you to use. I think this is like 17 or 18 inches long. What else is this? The breaker bar was $3. And here is a Miller Falls, Greenfield, Massachusetts, made in USA. Kind of a different drill, push drill. Really, I don't have one like this. It has a cap that you hold down this thing and you screw and lock the cap, and that hole goes to these different numbers, and supposedly there should be some bits in there, so you can press this down and then just go to the number that you want, and it should hit the camera, should pop out whatever bit you need. So kind of a different design with a plastic handle here. I might do a video about this later on, taking it apart. This was, I think, $1, yeah, for that. And just some small tools. Here's a gauge, depth gauge, maybe. I'm not sure what this is. I just saw it and thought it was kind of cool looking. Who's it made by? It's actually Craftsman 40442, made in USA. You guys that know, give me a name for this in the comments. And that was $1. And this little pliers here this is KD manufacturer number 7, old KD. I know KD. I've done some videos, I think, on their ratchets, but this is old KD, where they were actually a pretty big company making stuff for a long time. I think they got bought up by somebody, and they started making different things. I think they might be still around, if I'm not mistaken. And you always find this. This is the old quick release Craftsman D43785. This one happens to have the oil port on top. And I know you're gonna say, Snurpering, how many of those do you have? I probably have a bunch of these, and I pick them up whenever I see them cheap. I think I paid like $4 or $5 for this, and if they're in good shape, I pick them up. How many do I have? I probably have 10 of these laying around somewhere. And what else? Some other Craftsmans. Here is a Craftsman that's kind of looking like the last American-made Craftsman, the Danaher teardrop Craftsman. Has kind of the same setup, a little bit different handle. This one is not made in USA. It would say USA on it if it was. This is probably when they were starting to make stuff in China. This is 99964. Kind of never seen one of these. Picked it up. I think I paid like $3 for it. See, the switch looks a little bit different also, but same paper thin plate with that ring, and it similar to this here. Here's another Craftsman. This is made in USA. This is the 44813, and same setup, paper thin plate with the snap ring. Different switch on this one. As you can see, that one has a kind of a slimmer switch, quick release. Yeah, these were a little bit, I guess, of an upgrade over the similar ones that came with this kind of flat handle. These were more of a rounded, different handle. Still made in USA. I think these were a little bit more of a premium when they were sold. And what else? And some knives. Paid $2 for this knife. Not sure who makes it. It looks like either Camillus or Utica. Has a wood handle, I'm gonna say, instead of plastic. It's an electrician knife. You can tell. Has, I don't know if that one's kind of a little bit stuck in there, but that's the screwdriver, the flathead with the lock on it. That actually has this sliding lock. I'm sure you guys are familiar with these. Probably seen them a bunch of times. Can't really make out the maker. I know it's New York. Either, like I said, Camillus or Utica or something like that. Needs some cleaning. That was $2, and I paid $1 for this knife. Missing the blades, missing one blade. This blade is just, I guess they worked it into a small kind of carpet cutter or something. Yeah, it's it's pretty junky, but I've picked it up because it had these nice kind of bone handles on them, or antler handles. That a little bit cracked over here. Has the shield, but for $1, still has some blade on it. I figure, why not? And also this knife. This is actually a Victorinox. One of these small kind of knives that you carry. The cut has a little scissor, and it doesn't have the flathead on it. It has this other blade with a pointy tip and the file. I think the spring is kind of broken on this one. Doesn't really have much snap on it. The other ones are okay. This was like $1, I think. No, $2 for that. And what else? Here's this gauge thingamajig. Who makes this? It says Castar, made in USA. Has like a small ruler, then has different gauges there. Feeler gauges, different numbers. Don't even know why I picked this up. I think it's $1. I couldn't have paid more than $1 for that. And now some ratchet sets. Here's some ratchet sets that I picked up. This, I don't know if they're actually, this is like kind of 70s or 80s, 70s Craftsman crown plastic 1/4-inch socket wrench set. Don't know if it's 100% complete. Obviously not. It's missing some sockets. I think these are Craftsman, most of them. It comes with the round head fine tooth, 1/4-inch ratchet, a breaker bar, one of these breaker bars, and an extension and 2 extensions, and the ratchet. I think paid $10 for this, and kind of something you don't see too much of is a Pencraft ratchet set, and here is the Pencraft ratchet. Say 3681 USA, made by, we all know, New Britain, and has some mix and match, looks like mix and match extensions. I don't think these were the original extensions. One's kind of more different than the other, even though both of them say Pencraft. See, Pencraft it. I think this one came with this, and this one has the Pencraft on the female side there, and some sockets. This one is a Blackhawk, so they kind of a little bit, mostly Pencraft, but a little bit, I guess, mix and matched. This is Pencraft. This is Craftsman, actually. So yeah, it's hard to find a nice blue color Pencraft on it. It's hard to find sets, old ratchet sets that are 100% complete, unless they were never used. If they were used, you find most times that they kind of mix and match. They'll have pieces of different sets in them. And here's another set. This one is a Thorson set, and has like this Thorson open gear ratchet and some extensions. Has a wrench in it, and an adjustable wrench that doesn't really belong in it. This is Taiwan. This says you forged in USA by who? By Companion. So it's a Companion USA. Companion, we know, is a Craftsman brand or a Sears brand. And let me see, this one's Action, actually, which is Action is related to Thorson. And some of the sockets here don't even say anything. This one does say Thorson, and this one says Thorson, and this one says SK, actually. So kind of a mix and match here. Again, like I said, it's hard to find ratchet sets that have been used and not be 100%. I remember there was an adjustable in here also. This is Crescent, which isn't Pencraft. So yeah, kind of mix and matched. And kind of one of my favorite things that I was given, actually, at the tool meet is this little drill. plastic tiny drill. Look at that. Has kind of a brass head here. Ain't that funny? And actually in the handle screws off and you find a couple of bits in there. Isn't that funny? Isn't that cute? Yep. So that's all the stuff that I picked up at the Long Island tool meet. And yeah, it's a lot of stuff this time. Had a lot of fun. It's always a good time at the tool meet. So remember guys, if you made it this far, remember to like and subscribe. Until next time.